Real estate isn't supposed to steal your life, but for most agents, it does. In today's episode, we're going to talk about life balance tips that help both at home and in your business. Because success means nothing if you're just exhausted.
Welcome to the Open Books Podcast, where we discuss all things real estate, helping you take the road less traveled to real estate success. I am your co-host, Curtis Haddock, alongside Tuter and Brooke Massey. Welcome, guys. If you guys like today's content, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell and the buttons and what?
That was a ding.
Oh, and hit the notification.
Yeah.
Get notifications turned on.
Goodness
Do
gracious.
all of it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Well, we made it through. You know, it's funny because I think the public is like, oh, being a realtor is cool. You can set your own schedule.
And you make a ton of money.
You make a ton of money, and you don't really, you don't have to go anywhere or do anything because you're free. No, but all jokes aside, you do get into it because there is flexibility and you don't have a boss telling you what to do. But on the other hand, this business can absolutely swallow you whole if you're not prepared for it. So,
yeah.
Curtis, what are some things we could do to achieve some kind of balance in our work life?
Well, I'll tell you, Casey.
Personal life.
Well, what we're going to talk about today, first thing is we're going to talk about how to create time freedom on purpose.
Whoa.
All right. Balance is not just something that you get because your income gets to a certain level. And I think a lot of people are like, if I can just have X amount of dollars, then I can have a little bit more balance in home and work. And not true. You can create balance right now. In fact, you should probably start to create habits that will generate balance in your life right now. Work smarter, not longer. A lot of people will just work really long hours or create busy work because they feel like that it is accomplishing something. And it might be accomplishing something, but it's not actually pushing their business forward. So we got to work smarter, not longer. And then finally, and this one is a huge one, have boundaries that support your growth. A lot of people are afraid to set boundaries because they feel like it's going to cause them to lose a client or decrease their income or whatever, when in fact, it actually creates a certain level of respect because people see you as a productive, successful real estate agent with more than just one client. You got other things going on. You got other things to do. And so you can't just be available when somebody says, I need you. You can't just drop everything and be available because then you're training them that that's what you're going to do. And you're showing that you're not busy doing other things. So create boundaries and set those expectations. So let's start with the first one.
It's always a good place to start.
Create freedom on purpose.
Don't do it on accident. Although that it's still.
Well, that'd be like getting fired or something. Whoops.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's a good one.
How'd you get fired on your day off?
And you could quit on purpose,
right?
And create some freedom. But
that's right.
That's not what we're talking about,
right?
What I mean is you got to build it through intentional time blocks, non-negotiables, and decision-making filters is a big thing of like what comes your way to create that freedom. I mean, for me, like I know massages, I have to get a monthly massage. That's my non-negotiable. I do.
How many monthly massages do you get in 1 month?
At least one.
Okay.
It's an hour and a half though. But that was something, even when I went full-time real estate, I was like, this is my non-negotiable. I have to figure out a way to afford my massage every single month because it's my peace, and man, my body hurts if I don't get it,
Okay.
I don't think a lot of agents have a problem creating time freedom, but it's not, I don't know if I would call it time freedom. They choose on purpose to create time freedom, but
you mean by not doing anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And I think a lot of people, when they get a real estate license and they are now independent contractors, they're in business for themselves. They don't have a boss, like you said. And so there's nobody to hold them accountable but themselves.
Yeah.
And people choose to run errands during the day. Not that you can't run errands, but like
right.
it becomes they create habits that become a daily occurrence, and you just start to do things that are not actual work or money making activities. And if you are new in this industry, you start those habits early on, it's going to be really hard for you to get the motivation to actually work. And so I think a lot of agents, they do their personal stuff because that's easy to do, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But when it's time to turn it on and start working, they choose not to do it. And I think that creates
that's a really good point.
A lot of issues.
Especially if like you're going into this full time and you worked a full time job before. I know I had this feeling whenever I quit and went full time into this, and then I was like, I have this more freedom and I don't have anyone to tell me no. So of course I'm going to go to the post office or go grocery shopping or whatever. I did not go grocery shopping, but just in general, some of those things, it's like, it's easy to kind of fall and slip into that mindset. I think
especially
a little
right
bit.
now in the holidays.
Oh yeah. Cause it's slow. It's cold.
There's something to do every day.
Depending where you're at.
Well, I think kind of what you guys are saying too is funny because when people get into this industry, they're like, "Oh, but the competition." It's like, I think you need to worry about yourself first.
Yes,
yeah.
Right.
You're the
Because
competition.
You're the competition.
You're the problem.
Yeah, you're the problem. But I think the mindset has to come first, and it's like being intentional with your time block. So, because that can create freedom. So, like if you actually spend your day, your 9 to 5 prospecting and doing the income producing activities, then at 5 o'clock, you can say no.
Yes.
Because you've been, I'm just saying maybe that's that day's example. You can say no that day because you spent time building your business. Because I mean, I've done it. It's like over the years, it's like, oh no, I can't go do that because I need to work. It's like, well, shoot, I could have just worked the last 3 hours of today.
Yes.
Instead, and then I could have went and done that thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's really the key.
Yeah, people procrastinate.
I think so.
They put things off, and
one thing that really helped me, because you guys always said like just treat it like a full-time job. And so when I quit my full-time job, even though I was kind of like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, I still came to the office every day and I didn't leave until 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Sometimes I'm just sitting here just talking to everybody, but I was making a habit to make sure that I was at least here while I transitioned into what real estate really is.
But I think that's part of the problem is that people don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so if they don't know what to do and they're sitting around just kind of twiddling their thumbs and like, I have nothing to do, then it's like, I'm going to go get personal things done, or I'm going to go home and watch TV or whatever it is that people do. Go to the gym, just start doing all their other things, or sometimes do nothing. And I think that people forget that, man, you got to earn the time freedom to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take time to build up.
The time freedom that people are wanting. Mm-hmm. Obviously you're going to still have to do all your personal stuff and find the time to do it.
Yeah.
But like Casey said, that's why time blocking is so important. And if you can stick to your time blocking and figure out how to do your activities, regardless of what you have going on, in your brain and other things that you have to do, because if you can learn how to do that, then you're going to, grow your business, build it, and you're going to create more opportunities for balance.
So hard to squirrel in this industry.
It's hard to squirrel?
Or it's so easy.
Easy to,
Thank you. It's so easy to squirrel in this industry.
I wasn't even going to challenge you because I just knew what you meant.
Okay.
You definitely said the wrong word, but it didn't. I didn't notice until you said it.
Know what I mean, not what I say.
That's right.
And that's what you did. I'm so proud, Casey.
Yeah.
No. But it's so easy to squirrel in this industry, and it's easy if you think about all these things that you have to get done, because there's always shit that you have to get done.
Yeah.
Always, especially personal. There's like, I actually was talking to an agent about this the other day, and I was like, when are you going to not have something that you have to get done outside of work, and when are you going to focus on real estate so that way you can go do those things.
I think what's hard is, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Just in general, like I say, if you don't know what to do, that's why I just showed up and I just observed people and talked to people. And then if no one was in the office, I went to a networking event and I met another agent and I'd ask them questions. So, just you got to figure it out.
Yeah, I learned so much going to the office 2 days a week when I had a full-time job. Mm-hmm. And it's like my 2 days off that I had from my other job, I went to the real estate office and hung out. And I cannot believe how much, like looking back on it, it's like that's how I built my business.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sitting around. Well, we did sit around the office and play darts and do things like that. Curtis was a terrible example. But I still learned a lot.
I was really good at throwing darts, though.
Yeah. And selling real estate. Yeah. So,
but there's also some camaraderie there, that happens that I think is important. But again, it's like, don't play darts all day, but maybe for 30 minutes is okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we would take breaks because we had fun. It gave us like that little mental break to then get back and hammer the phones again or whatever activity it was. And I feel like if you feel like you don't have anything to do in real estate, then you're doing it wrong.
Oh yeah, there's always something to do.
Or you don't have a good support behind you, like telling you what you need to do, or you do, and you're just choosing not to do it because there are things that you don't want to do. Mm-hmm. And so you're just putting it off, and you're thinking that there's going to be another way. I'll just wait until something comes my way from social media or family and friends, and you're just kind of, texting people and thinking that okay, well, something's going to come to fruition at some point, as opposed to going and making it happen. The people that go and make it happen are the people that get off to a much faster start and create that true balance in their life that they're looking for. Mm-hmm. If you put the hours in, you get the hours off.
Yes.
And
then when you get really good at it, then you can put a little bit less hours in to make your business successful and have more time for free time. Or most people get into this industry for other things. Like there's an agent that we're talking to right now. She really wants to get into the arts, right? But the arts are really freaking hard to get into unless you know people, you're really good or whatever it may be. But she's really good at talking to people, and real estate may be something for her to kind of make that avenue. Because I talked to her, I'm like, real estate too all real estate is really networking. Mm-hmm. If you can network and learn how to meet people and make relationships, you have no idea where your business is going to go in this industry. She wants to get into the arts. Go around, like here in Oklahoma City, we have the Paseo Arts District. Go find people in that area. Go network with people in that area. You're going to find someone in the arts that you're going to connect with that is going to help you in that. But you can also sell their house so you can make money for a living and just go on from there.
Yeah, art, as an artist myself, it's the same thing as being a realtor. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times it's like, I need to go write a song, or I want to draw something or whatever it is, or build a new guitar. And it's like, I can think about it all day long, or I can say like, well, I haven't felt inspired lately, mm-hmm. or I haven't felt motivated to make the calls. But it's like the creativity and the success doesn't come from that. It comes from actually doing it.
It's your job.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
And like the song may not be great. I may not convert that FSBO, but at least I put effort into it that day and I got something out, which might lead to something different down the road. And it's that practice and that routine.
People, if they have the mindset, I've been telling a lot of agents this way. I'm like, yes, calls suck, and going out there and getting told no sucks. Mm-hmm. But every time you get told no, you just found somebody that's not your people. Mm-hmm. The whole point of this is go find your people that know, like, and trust you, that you want to do business with, but you have to build it up to get to that. And it doesn't matter if it's real estate or any kind of business. You have to do that and keep meeting people. And it's like, you're not for me. And then you go meet the next person. You're like, man, I freaking love you. You can meet your best friend. You can meet your spouse. You can meet, who knows? But just networking in general, they say it gets you further than most college careers, Oh,
absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's why that is one of the positives from college, is putting that network into place in school.
If you take advantage of the networking,
If you know better at the time.
If you just get a degree, then
it makes me feel better about my degree that I'm still paying on.
Well, but yeah, but did you?
I've met a lot of people.
Did you? There you go.
And
okay, so you're paying for leads.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went to the chiropractor yesterday.
Yeah.
And the chiropractor, like, she's super cool. We started making a connection, and she was like, man, you just look so familiar. And I'm like, okay, where are you from? Because either you're from Enid or another town that I've been around. Did you cheer or play sports? Or where'd you go to college? Those are always my top 3 questions, because those are just how I've networked and met people over time. And in my real estate business, I say it all the time, and I love it because I get to reconnect with people I haven't connected with in 10 plus years or whatever it may be. And so seeing where they're at in their life and how they've come, how I can help benefit, or whatever it may be.
You just gotta decide to do these things. And I think people struggle with just making that step, or believing in themselves. You got to believe in yourself, because if you don't, and you feel like it's going to fail from the beginning, then it's going to fail.
Oh yes.
But the next one is work smarter, not longer. I don't want to spend too much time on this, because we have, like, the last couple of episodes, I think we've talked about systems and, putting things in place to help you run your business so that you can focus on, money making activities and working on your business and things like that. Use the systems to help you, support your business, CRMs, automation things, AI systems. I mean, incorporate it where you can. Hire people to help take things. And I think that we all can do better at this. I think that there's little tasks that people do that we might have, that we struggle, like giving control up, or that we, like, for me personally, I would say there are times where it's like, it's going to take me longer to train somebody and set things up than to just get it done. And so it's really easy to just get it done. But the things that I've taken the time to delegate, it's like, man, it's been freeing. And you just got to remember that with certain things.
I would say, just to add to that, that's not systems that we kind of talked about in one of our last trainings, but Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you guys haven't looked up his story, he has a really good documentary on Netflix, but he has such a good mindset. Like before he became Mr. Universe, he was like, I needed 2 things. I needed a blueprint and my end goal. He said, my end goal, I knew where I was going. I knew I was going to become Mr. Universe. All I needed was a blueprint, and I hit the blueprint every single day in order to accomplish that.
I like it.
And I think most people don't have a blueprint. They just come in and just start all that busy work and just start doing stuff. But you have to make sure you're doing the right things, having the right systems, like you just said, Curtis. And once you have that, you just follow it and do it every day. Be consistent. Keep those habits, and you're going to get to wherever you guys are wanting to go.
I mean, it says work smarter, not longer. But I will say that the amount of hours that you work, I mean, if you work long hours, that doesn't necessarily, like, being busy does not mean that you're going to be successful. But if you are working, if you're working, 10 hours a day and it's on your mission and your blueprint, then that's going to be extremely good for you.
Yes.
I mean, but even to that point, it's better to work 2 hours on your blueprint as opposed to 10 hours on busy work. So know, what you're putting your time towards. And if you're just kind of going out there with no plan and no idea on where you're going, then it's going to take you a long time to get there.
There's small things you could do too, like text messaging. When someone texts me, or if I call it for sale by owner, I immediately save their number, because there's nothing worse than trying to find a realtor that said, hey, we're interested in listing, and then you didn't save it and you're scrolling back, or you call a FISBA, they don't answer, and then you get in the car and a random number calls you and you're like, hello, and it's
just
awkward. And you could just be like, hey John, I saw your house was for sale, or hey John, when they call you back, you're just like, hey John, and they're like, it's like a warm conversation already. It's just like little things like that would save you a lot of time from having to go back and find out who it was.
How you talk to people in general.
Yeah. Something I need to get better at for sure, and this probably resonates with a lot of people, is email. I really need to start time blocking when I look and respond to email as opposed to keeping up with it throughout the day.
I actually just implemented this like 3 weeks ago, and it's been a game changer. I turned my notifications off on my email because I would read my emails as often as I read my text messages, and it was just becoming like I would get overwhelmed when I'd have like 2 appointments back to back. So I'm booked up for 2 hours, and then I have like 30 minutes to go to my next appointment, but I have to drive somewhere. But I have all these text messages and emails, and I'm like, this is stupid. Yeah. And so I turned off all my notifications, and then I created a little reminder alert because I have an Apple on my calendar. And so now it'll tell me at 8 a.m., 12, and 4 p.m., check email. And that's when I check my email, and then I check it off to make sure I've done it for the day.
Yeah. I will say, too, that one thing that's been like that's super annoying, and this is me being anal, is that I don't like having a bunch of unread emails like from days on days. So like all the spam stuff that you get, like I clear it all out.
Well, I clear it out so I can make sure I don't miss something.
That for sure. But it takes that takes so much time. So I've actually started to go and I unsubscribe to everything.
Yes.
But I feel like I'm getting more stuff to unsubscribe to, and it's like
it's hard as a real estate agent.
Because we're always getting stuff.
I joke. I'm like, you get into real estate to sell people stuff, but really you're the biggest target, and everyone wants to sell you everything.
Yeah.
We want to sell you on going to this brokerage. We want to sell you on this lead, sell you on this CRM, this AI stuff. It's a lot, and it's like, or then all of a sudden you get brokers opens messages all the time, and so, or lenders do it, and so it's just never going to be ending. I feel like
it's not. But I feel like that some of the well, I mean, if I wasn't unsubscribing, it's just going to keep adding to my list.
Yes.
So I just been in the habit. I'm unsubscribing from everything.
There are people out there that make 6 figures just answering or just monitoring politicians' inboxes.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure.
That's all they do. They just sit, they just watch it, and then it's like, oh, hey, this is important, or delete the spam.
Well, once we get to there,
I know
we're gonna have an assistant that does that for us.
That'd be amazing.
And be like, listen, anything from this, unsubscribe.
Got my camera on so everyone can see.
Oh, that we're doing it.
Okay. What is the boundaries that support growth? How do you guys set boundaries? And
well, I could say a good example of this would be a little further down in your career would be don't work with people that make your life too difficult. It's almost like dating the wrong person. If you date the wrong person for 2 years, you could have found your soulmate within that time, but you blocked it. And so like dealing with very disgruntled clients who just want to take all your commissions, who don't appreciate you. I think there's a time and place for that in the beginning, but again, you could just go make some other phone calls and find someone that wants to support you in your business.
Yeah, I come across kind of where I think about this is I come across agents who are especially like when we're newer in the industry, we feel like we have to get back to our clients immediately, and all you have to do is just set a boundary and say, hey. Like if you're showing houses like till 5 or 6 o'clock or even later, and you're saying goodbye for the night, all you have to do is say, "Hey, I'll take a look at however the day went. I'll take a look at this tomorrow, and I'll try to get back. I should be able to get back to you
by noon.
It may not be till the next day, but I hope to have something to you by tomorrow. But give me until." What is today? Give me until the next whatever the next day is, right?
Yeah.
Because that gives you so much time. You're setting the boundary, and a lot of people think that they'll say, I'll have something to you tonight,
right?
Or I'll have something to you first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And then they just put themselves into a corner where it's like now they just overpromise something that they might underdeliver on, especially if they need to get help. And so I think that people are afraid to set boundaries like that, or even like boundaries like where you set up like you turn your notifications off on your phone.
Oh, do not disturb.
Do not disturb for a certain time of the day, and you tell your clients, hey, I'm not available from once 7 o'clock hits or whatever your do not disturb is. I'm not available. If you need something, if it's an emergency, you can call twice. Right, but just know my do not disturb. And I think people are afraid to say that, but clients are so much more understanding than we give them credit for.
Yes.
And they understand that you have a family, you have a life, you have other business to attend to. As long as you set the expectation the right way, they will understand. And if they don't like it, if they don't, then then
that's their problem.
They'll tell you,
but that's not your people, and that's what people have to realize. Like, that's not your client.
It's or you know, if it's something like where, especially early on, I would say don't drop those clients just because they're not going to respect your time to an extent. It depends on how disrespectful they are. But if they're like having higher expectations, okay, fine, you know, deal with those. But at least you learned about it up front. And you can come to a compromise or whatever the case may be, right? But you know, have the conversation, because more times than not, they're gonna respect your boundary.
Oh yes, and I will say
unreasonable.
That do not disturb changed my real estate career. I think.
And be careful how you say it too, though.
Yes.
Because I've had clients, I've had people call me complaining about agents, and like they say, well, so and so said they don't work at nights or on weekends.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just tell every client that. Right. I usually don't have to say.
It's how you say it. It's how you say it.
I usually don't have to go tell every client that. Like, I mean, because do not disturb, you're going to see that it says do not disturb.
Yeah.
But, you know, if someone starts texting me at 8 p.m. and I don't respond until the next morning, I usually don't have to say it. I think they pretty much just know it. So if you just live your life.
To train people that way. Yeah. Don't feel like you have to respond. I think that's.
Or just if it's after 8, just don't respond, because like you're not going to get a hold of the title company anyways.
Right. I think the only time I ever do respond, and this is where it does get hard for some people, because yes, you need to respect your time, but you also need to respect your clients too. I always say there's no emergency in real estate, but sometimes there's an emotional emergency, and sometimes you just need to call your client really quick and calm them down, because sometimes that's way better than them sleeping on it overnight and losing sleep, and then you call them the next day and they had all this time to be furious about whatever the situation is.
Well, that could go both ways though, because it's like also they could call you being all pissed off, and then you don't answer, and then the next morning they're like, I'm good.
Oh, there's times
like you just don't know how they're going to be.
We'll put clients in timeout. I actually just worked a horrific appraisal required repairs on this house, and my seller is already having to literally pay to sell her house. Mm-hmm. And we got the mom on the phone, and the mom was being really shitty to us. And so I was like, nope, you're in timeout. We're not responding because this is dumb. And she demanded that she was going to be off work for a certain amount of time. And she said she was going to stay home because she's expecting an answer. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to let you know there's a lot of moving pieces and people we have to talk about. So it may be Tuesday, may go into Wednesday. And so it wasn't until yesterday, like late afternoon, until we got all of the answers, and then we called them in and everything was fine. But I was about to fire them.
Tensions rise, man.
Sometimes you need to.
Oh yeah, like it's just I'm being nice. I'm trying to help you, and I get that it's a crappy situation, but don't be mean to me. I'm helping you. You know what I mean? And sometimes people just don't get that, and so that's when I just put them in timeout, and I just went and figured it out, and then came back with a solution, and we sounded like a hero. So
yeah, I've even gotten to the point where it's like, you know what? I don't even care if this closes. Like, I'm done with this person. Like, I'll see this through, and I'll do my best to get this closed. But like, if they call and pull the plug, I'm going to say, whatever, sign the release, bye-bye.
Yes.
You know, that's kind of buying some time back too.
Oh, 100%.
And at least mentally buying some time back, because when you draw the line, sometimes it's like, okay, you know what? I'm not stressing about this anymore. Mm-hmm. I tried. I sold this house 3 times for these people. They're just standing in their own way, and there's literally nothing else I can do. I'm done. And then it closes.
Oh yeah, I really thought this deal was going to bust. But
yeah. You're like, cool. Glad I needed that money.
My advice on this, I think, is to know, set priorities and know what your priorities are. So like a lot of people would say like, for me, it would be something like, God, family, work priorities. And so if something like makes me compromise my morals, I'm not doing it.
Yes.
If something makes me compromise my time with my family that I've promised them, then I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have my priorities, and I'm going to set those boundaries. And when something conflicts or is trying to compete with those things, then I need to choose the higher priority. And a lot of times we learn really quickly how powerful money is and how it can make you forget those priorities really quickly.
Yes.
It's true.
And so if you can, try to understand that is a pull on your life, set your priorities and always check against those priorities, whatever they are.
It should never be money. I've been watching a ton of videos about like rich billionaires, and they talk about, and they've started from nothing, and they talk about so often how their goal has never been money, because once they became millionaires, and it's sad that it took them this long, they started realizing, it's not about how much money I can make. It's what money does for me and my family. And that is my bigger. Does that make sense?
Well, I think it's usually the money comes from those people who like found, like Arnold Schwarzenegger found this passion or had this blueprint of like, I want to change the world.
Yes.
I want to change this industry. I want to change how things are done. And I'm so passionate about it that I'm going to wake up every day and do everything I can to take this on. And because of that dedication and commitment, the result ends up being, money comes from it.
Yes. Yes.
And so,
or they just focus so heavily on their family and like what they want to provide for their kids or whatever, and that's the focus. And then money is just nothing but a tool to help you accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish, your passion, your time with your family, or whatever it may be. I just want to sell bracelets on the beach.
That'd be nice.
Just go talk to people, just be on the beach and, just chill. I don't want to make the bracelets though.
Just sell them.
Just sell them.
Nice. I'm sure you can find
because
yourself a wholesaler.
I want to be on the beach.
That was me.
Be way too hot.
Beach, I'll be in the mountains.
I want to be on the
way
beach,
too hot.
but I know I'm going to get freaking bored. And so I can't just chill on the beach every day. So I need to go talk to people and maybe sell them something,
Yeah, I drink myself to
You
death.
could be one of those people that like braids their hair, like on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not girly enough for that. I'll just sell the bracelets. Maybe I'll sell cigars.
And some knockoff watches.
There you go. Look, check out this Rolly right here.
Yeah. $20.
$20. That's it.
I was in Mexico one time, and I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we're walking, and this guy's like, "Hey, could I?" He's like walking with us, like got all this stuff to sell.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, "Hey, you want to buy this? You want to buy this?" I'm like, "No." And then the guy's like, maybe he like looks at my girlfriend. He's like, maybe you need a new boyfriend.
Some of them get pretty mean.
Yeah,
I will say, I love beach vendors. They do get annoying, but when you go to some resorts and they have like a handful, I love talking to them.
I can totally deal with the people. It's just really annoying, but it's like the people, they're like, hey, come and eat at our restaurant. It's like, I just ate at the one next door. They're like, so what? Eat again.
Maybe tomorrow.
And it's like,
you want a drink?
No. It's like, no, I'm not going to eat again. I'm stuffed. I ate Mexican food.
The last beach trip we went on, there was this one guy and he was selling, I don't remember what he was selling, but man, he went up to every single person, and we heard him several cabanas over, and every time someone told him no, he said, F you. And he'd walk off, and then he would go to the next person, and he'd be so friendly. And as soon as they told him no, he was like, well, forget you too.
Yeah.
And we were just rolling.
That's hilarious.
What I was laughing
Maybe
at.
he's saying it loud enough so people hear him, so they're afraid to say no to him.
Oh, probably. Yeah. It's probably a sales tactic.
Oh, guys, there's this.
I don't want to be
there's
said
this
F
hilarious meme the other day. It's like, it was an objection video. It's like, do your clients ever tell you, I know that we've been looking at 100 houses over the last 6 months, but we've decided to rent. And you think this is going to be a cool objection to have. And the realtor goes, I'm about to tell her a secret. I have a gun. It's like, oh man, that's not the answer I was looking for, but that's hilarious.
That's funny. So you're not going to use that one as your way to overcome objections?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Oh man.
Probably not today, anyways.
Are you ready to recap?
Go for it.
All right. I'm going to give our listeners some action steps. 3 action steps that I want you to do from this episode. Because, yes, I love that you guys listen, but, like, I want you guys to actually, like, benefit and, like...
do something with it.
Well, the first thing that Brooke is going to tell you guys to do is to like, subscribe, and click the bell for future notifications.
That's it. So, one of 4 things.
Okay.
Isn't that your job after she recaps?
I thought it was your job at the beginning. Just help us out, guys.
He said it this time.
I did. I guess I do that at the beginning, yeah.
But pick one non-negotiable for your personal life this week and protect it like it's a showing of your own. Number 2, sit down and audit your day. Like, write down what you actually do every single day. And if it's nothing, like, be honest with yourself. Actually write it down and audit it. Like, what is actually helping your business? What is maybe something that you're doing personally that you need to stop and maybe focus on your business? But really look and audit your day. And what does your blueprint look like? Do you have a good blueprint to where you want to go next in your career? And then lastly, choose one boundary that you'll communicate to clients starting today. It could be, the do not disturb. It could be anything, but just choose one boundary that you're going to start communicating to your clients today.
I recommend starting with your listings and sellers. Tell them that you will have one conversation per week with them.
Boom.
Usually Mondays. That's
a good one.
Unless you get something that requires a conversation, everything else can wait once a week.
Yes, because that's a good one, Curtis.
If you have so many listings, like they're going to reach out after every showing, and you got to set that boundary, or you're going to give them an update and all feedback once a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
you got to do it though.
And if they try to violate that boundary, then we can take a lesson from your friend in Mexico and say "F you."
Or a friend from your meme friend and say, I got a gun.
That's right. I got a gun. F you.
Yeah.
This is good advice.
Boundary set.
Don't
worry, that buyer won't call you back.
Yeah.
If you get in trouble by the police, the Open Books podcast did not tell you these tips and tricks.
No, we're joking.
I know.
Yeah, we're telling you guys not to do these things.
That's right. Okay. Well, as we come to an end, I would just want to thank you guys for watching and listening to our podcast. We really love making this content. And if you guys have any ideas that you want to talk about, please let us know. We'd be happy to oblige. So we're signing off. Casey Tuter. This is Curtis Haddock. And Brooke Massey.